Have you ever felt like the world sees you, but not for who you truly are? In a world where everyone is constantly hustling, pushing, and striving for more, it's easy to feel invisible. We crave recognition, not just for what we do, but for who we are deep down, our essence, our soul. But when was the last time someone truly noticed that? When was the last time someone saw more than your smile or your clothes and instead saw the strength within you, the wisdom in your eyes, the depth of your spirit? Compliments have power, but the right ones, the ones that speak to your core, have the power to change everything. And when these compliments come from someone who has truly lived, who has walked through years of experience, they carry even more weight. Older men with their years of wisdom and quiet understanding can offer something deeper than just a passing compliment. They see you not just as a moment in time, but as a person with a past, a future, and an incredible present. Think about the compliments that truly touched your heart. It wasn't the surface-level praise or the generic flattery. It was the words that made you feel seen, valued, and appreciated for who you are. Women often hear compliments based on their looks, but deeper recognition is rarer. Imagine hearing someone, especially someone older, tell you that your soul is beautiful. Not just a comment on your appearance, but an acknowledgement of the unique energy you bring into the world. What would that feel like? The simple act of being recognized for the beauty of your spirit can shift your entire perspective. Someone with experience acknowledges your inner world. You know those words are grounded in something real. They carry more than just intention. They carry the weight of truth. So, why does this matter? Why should you keep listening? Because compliments like these are more than words. They are affirmations of your worth. They remind you of the qualities you sometimes forget to see in yourself. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of life and lose sight of what truly matters. We get so focused on the tasks, the responsibilities, and the expectations that we forget to pause and appreciate the quiet beauty within us. Compliments like these ground you. They connect you to the essence of who you are and help you reconnect with the parts of yourself that deserve to be celebrated. As you listen, think about what kind of compliments make you feel alive. The compliments that speak to your soul, that make you feel not just loved, but understood. These are the words that heal, that empower, and that inspire you to rise, to do more, to be more. And as you continue to watch, stay with us because we're about to explore exactly what it is that women truly love to hear from older men. These compliments don't just inspire. It's these words that transform relationships and elevate our own sense of worth. Let's dive in. You won't want to miss this. There's a depth to life that only comes with time, an understanding that goes beyond what's visible on the surface. It's an awareness that the most powerful qualities in someone are often the ones you can't see at first glance. When an older man compliments a woman, it's not just about telling her she's pretty or attractive. Those compliments are nice, but they only touch the surface of what truly matters. What women crave is to be seen for their essence, for the qualities that define their very soul. One of the most powerful compliments an older man can give is to say, "You have a beautiful soul." These words carry weight. They dig deep into the parts of her that she may have forgotten or overlooked. In a world that's so quick to judge based on appearance, hearing someone acknowledge your inner beauty feels like a lifeline. It's validation that your character, your heart, and your kindness mean something. It reminds you that you are more than just a body moving through the world. You are a force, a presence that resonates with others in ways that cannot be seen, only felt. When an older man says, "You have a beautiful soul," it's not just flattery, it's truth. It's a recognition of everything she brings to the world, the way her energy shifts the room, the way her kindness impacts those around her. It's a recognition that the most important thing about her cannot be measured by society's standards of beauty or success. It's a reminder that her true worth is in her spirit, her authenticity, her ability to make people feel safe, loved, and understood. Women long to hear this because in their quiet moments they question if anyone truly sees them for who they are at the core. This compliment answers that question. It says, "Yes, I see you. I see the depth and beauty that radiates from your heart." The impact of hearing these words is transformative. It shifts her focus from external validation to internal recognition. It gives her the freedom to embrace herself fully, without the pressure to conform to society's narrow definition of beauty. It empowers her to step into the world confidently, knowing that her worth is not determined by what others see on the outside, but by the goodness that flows from within. This compliment doesn't just make her feel good, it reinforces her sense of identity. It strengthens the foundation of who she is, and in doing so, it builds the confidence to pursue her dreams, her passions, and the life she deserves. When someone truly understands you, and when those words come from someone who has lived a lifetime, they carry a sense of security. They reassure you that you are not alone, that you are not invisible. The depth of an older man's compliment, especially one that touches on the heart, offers the kind of comfort and affirmation that makes a woman feel as though she's truly valued. And in a world where so much can feel uncertain, hearing that your soul is beautiful isn't just a nice thing to hear. It's a powerful reminder that your essence is something worth cherishing. And that, more than anything, is what every woman deserves to hear. There's a power in energy, an unseen force that shapes the atmosphere around us. Have you ever been in a room and felt someone's presence before you even saw them? The way they move, the way they speak, the way they make others feel, there's something magnetic about it. For women especially, the energy they bring to the world is often underestimated. But the truth is, their presence can transform a space, lift others up, and make everything feel lighter. When an older man tells a woman, "You make me feel younger," he's acknowledging that rare and powerful energy she possesses. It's not just about physical attraction, it's about the vitality, the passion, and the life she brings to his world. This compliment goes beyond the surface and taps into something deeper, the influence she has, the way she sparks something within him that makes him feel alive again. In a world that often associates youth with beauty and vitality, hearing an older man say, "This can be a revelation," it's a reminder that age doesn't define us. It's not about how many years we've lived, but how fully we've lived them. When an older man feels younger in her presence, it shows the power she has to reignite that sense of possibility and excitement. It's as though she brings out the best in him, the best that's been there all along, but has been hidden under the weight of time. This compliment not only celebrates the woman for who she is, but it also honors her ability to revitalize and rejuvenate, to be a source of renewal and energy. For a woman, hearing this means more than just flattery. It's an acknowledgement that her spirit has the ability to inspire and elevate. It validates that she is more than just a moment in time. She is a force that can change the course of a person's day, their outlook, even their entire life. It's the subtle magic of her presence, the way she brings a fresh perspective, a renewed sense of hope. And when someone with the wisdom of experience recognizes that, it can shift everything. It makes her realize that her impact, her energy is something truly special. This compliment is deeply motivational because it connects her with something timeless. It reminds her that no matter her age, she has the power to bring youth and energy into any situation. It challenges the notion that youth is fleeting and that as we age, we lose our ability to inspire, to uplift, and to energize. When an older man sees her this way, it empowers her to keep living fully, to embrace her power, and to keep striving for more. She realizes that her essence is vibrant, that her influence is strong, and that she can continue to make a lasting impact, regardless of the years that pass. The way she makes others feel is often a reflection of how she feels about herself. And when someone sees her for the energy she radiates, it reinforces the truth. She is limitless. The power to bring life, to ignite passion, and to fuel others' dreams is not bound by age or time. It's a gift, a reminder that with every year we become more potent, more influential, and more alive than we ever knew possible. There is a quiet strength in a woman that often goes unnoticed, but the truth is, strength isn't always loud. It's not always about physical power or even obvious displays of courage. True strength is found in resilience, the ability to rise, to keep going, to face challenges with grace and dignity. This is the kind of strength that comes from within. When an older man looks at a woman and says, "I admire your strength," he's seeing more than what's on the surface. He's acknowledging the battles she's fought, the hurdles she's overcome, and the quiet determination that propels her forward every day. This compliment speaks to something deeper, something rooted in the core of her being. It's a recognition of her perseverance, her ability to handle life's struggles without losing herself. For a woman, hearing this compliment is powerful. It doesn't just acknowledge her physical strength. It honors the emotional and mental resilience that has shaped her journey. It's a validation of her ability to weather storms, to rise again after every setback, and to keep pushing forward even when the world seems uncertain. Strength, in this sense, is not about being unbreakable. It's about being unshakable, even when life tries to knock you down. When an older man, with years of experience and wisdom, sees this in her, it carries weight. It's not just a passing comment. It's a deep, heartfelt recognition of her character. This compliment taps into a woman's deepest desire to be seen, not just for her looks or her role in the world, but for who she truly is at her core. Women are often expected to juggle multiple responsibilities, career, family, relationships, without ever showing signs of strain. But the truth is, these everyday challenges require immense strength. To be seen for this strength is a gift. It validates everything she's gone through and everything she continues to endure with grace. It reminds her that her quiet power is not only visible to those who truly pay attention, but it's admired and respected. For an older man to acknowledge this strength adds a layer of emotional depth to the compliment. It shows that he understands what it means to overcome hardship, what it means to keep going even when the path is unclear. His words are not just empty praise. They are a recognition that she is capable of handling life's toughest moments. And when a woman hears this, she doesn't just feel appreciated, she feels empowered. It encourages her to continue being strong, to embrace her resilience as a source of pride, not something to hide. This recognition becomes a powerful affirmation. It becomes a reminder that strength is not something that can be easily taken away. It's built over time, shaped by experiences, and fortified through challenges. Every time she hears someone acknowledge her strength, it reinforces the belief that she can handle whatever comes her way. The more she hears it, the more she believes it. And in believing it, she becomes unstoppable. Strength, when acknowledged, becomes a source of endless power. It fuels her to keep moving forward, to continue striving, and to never underestimate her ability to rise again. It's easy to forget the incredible value of kindness. In a world that often prioritizes ambition, power, and achievement, it's easy to dismiss the quiet strength that lies in simple acts of compassion and generosity. But kindness is a force, a power that has the ability to transform not only the lives of others, but the way we see ourselves. When an older man tells a woman, "Your kindness is inspiring," it carries a depth that most compliments can't touch. It recognizes the quiet, everyday moments where she chooses to be a light in the world, when she shows up for others without hesitation, when she extends compassion even in the hardest of times. It's a compliment that acknowledges her soul's ability to make the world around her better. Women in particular often underestimate the impact of their kindness. It may seem like a small thing, holding the door open for someone, offering a kind word, or being a shoulder to lean on. But the truth is, kindness is the glue that holds everything together. It's what makes connections last. It's what heals wounds that words alone can't touch. When someone, especially an older man, sees and appreciates the kindness a woman shares, it becomes a reminder that what she does matters. In a world where so much emphasis is placed on external success, the ability to make people feel heard, seen, and loved is an extraordinary power. To be recognized for this is more than just a compliment. It's a recognition of a woman's true strength. This kind of compliment empowers her to keep showing up, to keep giving, even when it feels like her kindness goes unnoticed. It reassures her that her actions have meaning, that the small moments of compassion she offers don't just disappear into the ether. They create ripples that affect everything around her. For a woman to hear that her kindness is inspiring is to hear that she is making a difference in ways she may not even realize. It encourages her to embrace that power, to be unapologetic in her empathy, and to trust that this is exactly what the world needs more of. In a world full of noise and haste, her ability to slow down and be present with others is a rare gift. What's more, this compliment reminds her that kindness is not weakness. Far from it. It is strength in its purest form. It takes a deep sense of self-awareness and inner peace to offer kindness consistently. It requires the ability to put others first without sacrificing your own worth. To hear that her kindness is inspiring gives her permission to continue being this way, without the fear of being overlooked or undervalued. It reassures her that kindness is not something to be taken for granted, but rather a quality that should be celebrated. This kind of recognition creates an inner shift. It builds her belief in the power of compassion and how it can change not only her world, but the world around her. With each affirmation, she becomes more committed to leading with kindness, knowing that it is a strength that will continue to elevate her, inspire those around her, and make the world a better place, one act at a time. There is a profound sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing your efforts have purpose, from understanding that what you do in the world matters. For many women, especially those who pour so much of themselves into others, it's easy to feel lost in the hustle of everyday life. The constant juggling of responsibilities can lead to a sense of being overwhelmed. But what if someone wise, someone who has seen more of life, takes a moment to tell her, "You make a difference"? These words hold more power than they might first appear. They are not just a compliment, they are a deep affirmation of her worth, a reminder that all the hard work, the sacrifices, and the moments of self-doubt are seen. Women often underestimate the impact they have, especially in their roles as caregivers, professionals, and leaders. They give so much, often without asking for recognition. But when someone acknowledges the difference they make, it shifts everything. This compliment goes beyond what is visible. It doesn't focus on external achievements or titles. It taps into the essence of her contribution to the world around her. It's about the way she makes people feel, the way she uplifts others, the way her very presence brings positive change. Whether it's in the workplace, in her family, or in the community, the impact she has is profound, and hearing it recognized brings a sense of peace. It's a confirmation that she is not just filling space, but that her life has meaning, that her actions ripple out in ways she may not always see, but are undeniably felt. To be told you make a difference is to be reminded that all those late nights, the difficult decisions, the moments of sacrifice are not in vain. It's a validation that the work done with love and intention has lasting impact. For a woman, especially one who has spent so much time giving to others, this recognition allows her to reconnect with her own sense of purpose. It's an invitation to stop for a moment, to appreciate the difference she is making, and to feel proud of the path she's walked. It's easy to forget that small acts of kindness, of leadership, or of quiet support can change someone's life forever. To hear these words is to realize that she is seen, not just for the roles she plays, but for the difference she is making, simply by being herself. This affirmation doesn't just encourage her to continue, it emboldens her to step further into her power. It gives her permission to acknowledge her own worth and the transformative energy she brings to the world. To hear "you make a difference" is a powerful call to action. It pushes her to lean into her gifts even more, to keep striving, to keep contributing, because what she brings to the world truly matters. This recognition becomes the fuel she needs to keep moving forward, to keep pushing boundaries, and to never forget that every single action she takes has the potential to change lives. As she hears these words, a sense of fulfillment washes over her. She knows that no matter where life takes her, she will continue to make a difference. And that realization is not just empowering, it's transformative. It allows her to stand taller, to move with purpose, and to embrace the profound impact she has on others. There is something undeniable about the beauty of a woman's wisdom. With time, experience, and the lessons of life, women develop a depth of understanding that cannot be replicated. This wisdom isn't just knowledge, it's the insight that comes from living through joys and challenges, from navigating the highs and lows with grace. When an older man looks at a woman and says, "I admire your wisdom," it isn't just a compliment, it's a profound recognition of her journey. It's a moment of acknowledgement that her experiences, her choices, and her growth have shaped her into someone truly remarkable. Wisdom doesn't come from simply reading books or gathering information. It comes from the lessons life has taught, from the times when she stood on the edge of uncertainty and chose to step forward anyway. It comes from knowing when to fight and when to let go, from understanding that every moment is a lesson waiting to be learned. When someone sees that wisdom, especially someone who has lived through their own trials, it validates the journey she's been on. It tells her that her experiences matter, that all the decisions, some easy, some difficult, have added up to something meaningful. This recognition isn't about superficial praise, it's a deep acknowledgement of her growth and evolution. For many women, wisdom can sometimes feel like a burden. The weight of responsibility, the emotional labor, and the quiet strength required to carry it all can be exhausting. But when someone sees her wisdom and acknowledges it, it feels like a lightening of that load. It says, "I see the quiet strength in you, the insight that comes from experience. I see the way you navigate life with grace and intelligence." It's a recognition of everything she's learned, everything she's overcome, and everything she continues to offer to the world. Hearing this compliment is not just about feeling seen, it's about feeling validated. It's about knowing that the lessons she's learned, the wisdom she's gained, have not gone unnoticed. It's a reminder that the most valuable things she carries are not the physical possessions or titles she holds, but but the depth of her understanding, the clarity with which she views the world, and the compassion with which she interacts with others. Wisdom is a treasure, and when someone acknowledges it, it reinforces her belief that the journey she's on is meaningful and worthy of respect. This compliment also serves as a reminder that wisdom is not something that fades with time. It only grows stronger. The older a woman gets, the more she has to offer, and the more valuable her perspective becomes. When an older man says, "I admire your wisdom," it's a call to embrace that wisdom fully, to stand proud in the depth of knowledge she has acquired. It's a challenge to continue sharing it with the world, to keep speaking up, and to trust that the lessons she carries have the power to guide others. To hear that her wisdom is admired is to feel a deep sense of pride and purpose. It reminds her that the value she brings to the world is rooted in something timeless, something that will only continue to grow. With each passing year, her wisdom becomes an even more precious gift. And that gift is something to be honored, celebrated, and shared with the world. There is an undeniable power in a woman's authenticity. In a world that constantly pushes people to fit into molds, to conform, to meet expectations, authenticity is a rare and precious gift. When an older man tells a woman, "I admire how real you are," it's a recognition of something far deeper than just her outward appearance. It's a celebration of her willingness to show up as her true self, to be unapologetically her, regardless of the pressures or opinions around her. In a world that often praises perfection, authenticity stands as a bold reminder that true beauty lies in being genuine. For many women, the journey to authenticity isn't an easy one. It requires shedding the masks, the roles, and the facades that society expects. It means embracing the parts of herself that are imperfect, the parts that might have been hidden or denied for years. It's not always easy to be vulnerable, to speak her truth, or to express herself without fear of judgment. But when she does, when she allows herself to be real, she opens up a space for others to do the same. It's an act of courage, of strength, and of self-love. And when someone sees that, especially someone older who has lived through their own battles, it carries a profound weight. Being told, "I admire how real you are," is a validation of that courage. It's a reminder that authenticity is not something to be hidden or suppressed. It's a gift, and it is incredibly powerful. It encourages her to continue living in a way that feels true to her, to stop seeking approval from others, and to trust that her real self is enough. When someone with experience admires her authenticity, it makes her realize that being real doesn't just attract love and acceptance. It commands respect. It shows her that the world needs more of what she's offering. It reminds her that authenticity is a magnetic force that draws people in, that it creates connections based on truth, not illusion. This compliment also serves as a reminder that authenticity is timeless. It doesn't matter how much time passes or how much life changes. When a woman chooses to be real, to embrace her true self, she becomes a beacon for others to do the same. It's an invitation to stop trying to fit into a mold and to start embracing her uniqueness. It calls her to stand in her power, to own her journey, and to trust that by being her authentic self, she is already enough. The power of authenticity is undeniable. It has the ability to break down barriers, to build deeper connections, and to create spaces where others can feel safe enough to be themselves. When an older man recognizes this in her, it pushes her to embrace her authenticity even more, to stop hiding the parts of herself that make her unique. It encourages her to step fully into the woman she is, without apology. And as she does, she begins to see the impact her authenticity has, not only on her own life, but on the lives of those around her. It becomes clear that being real is not just a choice, it's a path to transformation. There is a unique elegance in a woman's ability to be both strong and nurturing at once. The world may try to compartmentalize these traits, expecting women to choose one or the other. But the truth is that real power lies in embracing both sides. When an older man looks at a woman and says, "I admire your grace," he's recognizing the beauty that comes from the balance she strikes. Grace isn't just about poise or outward appearances. It's about how she carries herself, how she moves through life with dignity and strength, even in the face of challenges. It's the ability to remain composed, to stay grounded, and to act with kindness, even when the world is chaotic. In a world that often glorifies aggression and force, grace is often overlooked. Yet grace is a form of power in itself. It's not about being passive. It's about maintaining your inner peace and showing compassion even when life doesn't go according to plan. For a woman to hear, "I admire your grace," is to be reminded that the way she handles life's difficulties, the way she faces adversity with quiet strength, is a rare and beautiful thing. It's a compliment that acknowledges her ability to remain centered no matter what life throws at her. This recognition carries deep significance because, for many women, grace doesn't always come easily. It's not about perfection. It's about how she holds herself through the ups and downs of life, how she continues to rise, to move forward, despite the inevitable struggles. Grace is an expression of inner confidence, of knowing who she is and trusting that no matter the circumstances, she can handle whatever comes her way. When someone sees this, especially someone older who has lived through their own battles, it serves as a validation of everything she's been through and continues to face with dignity. For a woman, grace is often a reflection of her emotional intelligence. It's the ability to remain calm, to navigate difficult situations without losing composure. This compliment isn't just about the outward appearance of grace, but about the emotional strength and stability it requires. It's a recognition of how she creates harmony and balance in her life and in the lives of others. To be told, "I admire your grace," is to feel seen, not just for what she does, but for how she does it. It honors the way she moves through life, not by force, but by choosing to act with intention and understanding. Grace also allows a woman to flow with life's challenges, to be adaptable without losing her essence. It's a reminder that strength doesn't have to be loud or aggressive. Sometimes the most powerful force in the world is the quiet confidence that comes from embracing who you are, staying grounded, and trusting that you will navigate through anything. To be recognized for this is a reminder that her way of being in the world is enough. It encourages her to continue walking with that quiet power, knowing that grace isn't a weakness. It's one of the most powerful qualities she can embody. Every time she is reminded of her grace, she becomes more committed to embracing it fully, more aware of its power, and more confident in her ability to move through life with elegance, strength, and dignity. There is a quiet strength in a woman who knows her worth, who doesn't need external validation to feel secure in who she is. Yet, even the most self-assured women can benefit from hearing the simple words, "You are enough." This compliment isn't just about reassuring her of her value. It's about recognizing the deep, quiet power that comes from knowing, without a doubt, that she is worthy, just as she is. In a world that constantly pushes women to be more, to do more, to change who they are to fit some ideal, hearing that she is enough becomes a powerful reminder to stop striving for perfection and to start embracing the beauty of imperfection. When a woman hears, "You are enough," it hits deeper than any compliment about her appearance or achievements. It goes straight to the heart of her identity. It tells her that her intrinsic value is not tied to what she does or how she looks, but to who she is at her core. It allows her to breathe, to release the tension that builds from constantly measuring herself against an unreachable standard. It's a freedom that comes from understanding that she doesn't need to prove herself to anyone. She doesn't need to keep pushing, striving, or chasing an illusion of success or perfection. She is enough, just as she stands. This compliment affirms everything she has worked so hard to build within herself. The confidence, the self-love, and the unwavering belief that she is worthy of all the good things life has to offer. For many women, this reassurance is something they give to others but rarely offer to themselves. They may pour love, care, and encouragement into those around them, but when it comes to themselves, they often doubt, question, or second-guess their own worth. To hear that she is enough is a reminder that she doesn't need to keep seeking approval from others. She already has all the validation she needs within herself. Hearing, "You are enough," is also a powerful invitation to stop comparing and to start embracing the unique path she has walked. It says that her story, with all its ups and downs, its triumphs and its failures, has shaped her into someone worthy of love, respect, and success. It reminds her that her journey is uniquely hers, and there is no need to measure it against anyone else's. This compliment is a call to let go of the self-criticism that often holds her back, to embrace the truth that she is enough exactly as she is right now. When a woman receives this compliment, it also gives her permission to stop seeking perfection. It says that she doesn't need to keep changing, improving, or becoming someone else. She is enough in her authenticity, in her imperfections, in her beautiful humanity. It encourages her to stop running, to stop striving, and to simply rest in the knowledge that she is whole, complete, and worthy of everything life has to offer. As she internalizes these words, "You are enough," a quiet transformation begins. She starts to release the pressure she's placed on herself. She begins to trust in her own worth, in the value she brings to the world, and in the fact that she is already enough. No more striving, no more chasing, just the deep, unwavering truth that she has always been enough. There's something undeniably magnetic about a woman who walks through life with confidence, who stands tall in her own shoes without needing validation from the outside world. Yet confidence doesn't come from external circumstances. It's rooted deep within her, in the belief that she has the ability to navigate whatever comes her way. When an older man says, "I admire your confidence," it's more than just recognition of how she carries herself. It's a tribute to the inner strength that powers everything she does. Confidence is not about arrogance or showing off. It's the quiet understanding that she is enough and capable of achieving whatever she sets her mind to. To be told that one admires her confidence is to acknowledge the resilience and self-belief that come from years of overcoming obstacles, learning from failures, and continuously moving forward. Confidence is not built overnight. It's forged in the moments of doubt, in the times when the world seemed to push against her. It grows stronger when she rises again, when she chooses to keep going despite the challenges. This compliment isn't just an observation, it's a celebration of her journey, of the countless moments where she chose courage over fear, action over hesitation, and belief over doubt. Confidence allows a woman to embrace herself fully, the parts that are polished and the parts that are still works in progress. It's the understanding that she doesn't need to be perfect to be powerful. Confidence is the courage to stand in her truth, to speak her mind, and to pursue her passions without holding back. It's about trusting in her own judgment and the value she brings to the world. When someone acknowledges this confidence, especially someone who has seen more of life's complexities, it serves as a powerful reminder that she is on the right path. It tells her that the way she shows up in the world, unapologetically herself, is not only admirable, it's inspiring. This compliment also reinforces the idea that confidence is not about external appearance or achievements, but about inner peace and self-acceptance. A confident woman doesn't need to seek approval from others because she's already at peace with who she is. Her confidence is grounded in the belief that her worth is intrinsic, not dependent on the opinions or judgments of others. Hearing "I admire your confidence" reassures her that she's doing the right thing error in message stream. When a woman is truly seen for who she is, it goes beyond her actions or appearance. It taps into the very core of her being, the essence that makes her unique, powerful, and irreplaceable. When an older man tells a woman, "I admire your inner strength," he's acknowledging the well of power that resides within her, the resilience she's developed over years of navigating life's challenges. Inner strength isn't something that can be measured by physical feats or grand gestures. It's the quiet courage she displays in the face of adversity, the steady determination that keeps her moving forward, even when the world tries to knock her down. This compliment speaks to the countless battles fought in silence, those moments when no one was watching, when she had to dig deep to find the strength to keep going. It's the unspoken strength that carried her through heartbreak, disappointment, and the everyday challenges of life. For many women, their inner strength is something they rarely stop to acknowledge, let alone celebrate. They keep moving, keep pushing, keep showing up, sometimes without fully realizing the immense power they possess. To hear someone recognize this strength is to feel both seen and validated in ways that go far beyond superficial praise. It's a reminder that the quiet strength she's carried within herself is not only valuable, but worthy of admiration. Inner strength is not about never faltering or always being in control. It's about the courage to face life head on, even when things aren't perfect. It's about having the grace to fall, but also the tenacity to rise again. When someone recognizes this inner strength, especially someone who has had their own share of challenges, it's like a spotlight shining on the parts of herself that she may have once overlooked. It's a reminder that her resilience, her ability to weather storms, has shaped her into someone extraordinary. In a world that often celebrates external success, looks, wealth, status, it's easy for women to forget that their greatest power lies in their ability to rise after each fall, to endure and to keep moving forward with grace. This compliment isn't just about acknowledging her ability to endure, it's about honoring the emotional depth and courage that lies behind her strength. It's about seeing her as a whole person, with layers of experience that have forged her into someone who embodies resilience in its purest form. When an older man says, "I admire your inner strength," it's not just a compliment, it's an affirmation. It affirms that she has the ability to withstand life's hardships, that she has already overcome so much, and that she will continue to rise no matter what life throws her way. It gives her permission to own her strength, to recognize that it is not just something that keeps her going, it is the foundation that supports everything she does. This compliment empowers her to acknowledge her own power. It encourages her to trust that the strength she carries is enough, that it will carry her through whatever lies ahead. She begins to see that the battles she has faced and the ones she will face are simply stepping stones, each one strengthening her more. Her inner strength is not just her greatest asset, it's the force that drives her to greatness. To be truly appreciated is one of the most powerful feelings a woman can experience. When an older man says, "I appreciate your authenticity," it goes far beyond surface-level compliments. It's a recognition of her willingness to show up as herself, without pretense, without hiding behind a mask, and without trying to be someone she's not. In a world that often pressures women to fit into certain molds, to conform to expectations of how they should look, act, or behave, authenticity becomes an act of courage. It's about being unapologetically herself, no matter what anyone else thinks. And when someone notices this, it serves as a powerful reminder that being true to herself is not only valid, it's valued. Authenticity is the courage to let go of perfection, to embrace flaws, and to wear them with pride. It's about showing up in the world with a sense of ownership over who she is, without feeling the need to hide parts of herself for fear of judgment. This is a woman who knows that her worth is not tied to fitting into some idealized version of perfection, but to embracing her uniqueness and allowing herself to be seen in all her raw, beautiful, and real glory. The compliment, "I appreciate your authenticity," tells her that in a world that often feels superficial, there is immense power in being real. Being authentic doesn't mean being perfect. It means embracing the imperfections that make her who she is, the challenges, the mistakes, the moments of doubt. All of these contribute to her story and shape the person she has become. When she is praised for her authenticity, it serves as an acknowledgement of her courage to be vulnerable, to stand tall in her truth, even when the world may not fully understand or accept it. This recognition validates everything she has been through, every piece of her story that she once thought was a weakness, but now sees as her strength. For many women, there is often a tendency to wear a mask, to show the world only the parts of themselves they think are acceptable or desirable. It can be easy to fall into the trap of pretending, of trying to meet others' expectations, of hiding behind a facade of perfection. But authenticity invites freedom. It's the moment a woman allows herself to stop pretending, to stop being anyone other than who she truly is. It's a quiet revolution, a declaration that she no longer needs to conform to anyone else's standards of beauty, success, or worth. When someone acknowledges her authenticity, it is a powerful affirmation of her courage. It reminds her that the world doesn't need her to be anyone other than herself. It tells her that her truth, her realness, is what makes her magnetic, inspiring, and worthy of admiration. The more she embraces her authenticity, the more she steps into her power. She begins to realize that her real beauty lies not in trying to fit in, but in standing out as the person she was always meant to be. To be appreciated for her authenticity is a gift that empowers her to continue on her journey, to embrace her individuality, and to let go of the fear that once held her back. It encourages her to keep showing up as herself, knowing that the right people will see her, appreciate her, and love her for the very qualities that make her different. She becomes more deeply rooted in her own truth, more confident in her ability to live authentically, and more inspired to create a life that reflects the true essence of who she is. When a woman is told, "I admire your wisdom," it's a recognition of something far deeper than intelligence or book smarts. It's an acknowledgement of the life experiences, the lessons learned, and the emotional growth that have shaped her into the woman she is today. Wisdom is not something that can be taught in a classroom or gained through surface-level interactions. It's the product of years spent facing challenges, making decisions, experiencing highs and lows, and learning from both triumphs and setbacks. It's the quiet knowing that comes from seeing the world through a lens of reflection, understanding that every experience, no matter how painful, has shaped her into someone far stronger than she was before. The beauty of wisdom is that it is never one-dimensional. It's not about having all the answers, but about understanding the value of asking the right questions. It's about knowing when to speak and when to listen, when to take action and when to pause. Wisdom allows a woman to approach life with patience, with a deep sense of calm that comes from understanding that everything unfolds in its own time. It's a quiet strength, a depth of character, and an inner peace that comes from knowing she has weathered storms and emerged stronger, wiser, and more resilient. When someone recognizes her wisdom, it serves as a powerful reminder of all the experiences she has faced and overcome. It affirms that her perspective, shaped by years of navigating life's complexities, is invaluable. Too often, women underestimate the depth of their own wisdom. They forget the countless moments when their instincts guided them, when their intuition spoke louder than logic, when their choices, even in the face of uncertainty, led them toward the right path. Wisdom is built through experience, and every step of her journey, every lesson learned, adds another layer of depth to her understanding of the world and her place in it. To admire a woman's wisdom is to see her for more than just her surface qualities. It's to recognize the richness of her life, the way she has lived and grown. It honors the quiet moments of reflection that have allowed her to gain clarity, to understand herself and others more deeply. It acknowledges the times when she trusted her inner voice, even when others doubted her, and how that trust has served her well. Wisdom is not just about knowing what to do, it's about understanding why it matters, and having the courage to follow that understanding, even when it isn't the easy path. This complement encourages a woman to embrace the wisdom she's accumulated over the years and to see it as a source of power. It reminds her that every experience has been a teacher, every mistake a lesson, and every triumph a testament to her ability to adapt and grow. Wisdom doesn't come from avoiding hardship. It comes from embracing it, learning from it, and emerging stronger on the other side. As she internalizes the recognition of her wisdom, she begins to see herself through a new lens. She starts to appreciate the depth of her experiences and the strength that has carried her through each one. She realizes that the wisdom she possesses is not just something that comes with age. It is something that comes from living fully, learning continuously, and trusting the journey. When a woman is complimented with, "I admire your kindness," it strikes at the heart of what truly makes her impactful. Kindness is not something that demands attention or praise. It is simply an extension of who she is, a natural flow of compassion that touches everyone she meets. It's in the way she listens deeply, the way she offers a helping hand without expecting anything in return, the way she chooses to see the good in people even when it's difficult. Kindness is one of the most underrated qualities, yet it holds the power to heal, to transform, and to create connection in ways that few other things can. True kindness doesn't seek to impress or gain favor. It's the quiet acts of love and generosity that occur without any fanfare, those small, seemingly insignificant moments where she chooses to put someone else's needs ahead of her own, where she shows up with empathy even when it's inconvenient. It's in the way she forgives, not because she has to, but because she understands the freedom that comes with letting go of resentment. Kindness is the ability to see beyond someone's flaws, to recognize their humanity, and to meet them with compassion, regardless of their past actions. It's the understanding that we are all imperfect, and that offering kindness is a way of uplifting rather than judging. When someone admires her kindness, it's not just an acknowledgement of her actions, it's a recognition of the deep well of emotional intelligence and compassion that she taps into every day. Kindness flows from a place of inner peace, and it is through her own understanding of vulnerability, imperfection, and love that she is able to offer it so freely. To be kind requires strength, not weakness. It requires emotional maturity, the ability to set boundaries while still offering love, and the wisdom to know that true power lies in lifting others up, not tearing them down. For many women, kindness is not something they recognize as a strength. It is something they do without thought, something that feels so natural that they might even dismiss its significance. But kindness is not just a trait, it's a force. It shapes relationships, it transforms environments, and it fosters connection. When someone notices and admires her kindness, it's a reminder that what she is doing matters. It's a validation that the gentle power she brings into the world is not only seen, but deeply appreciated. This compliment encourages her to embrace her kindness as the strength it truly is. It invites her to recognize that the compassion she shows, the way she nurtures others, is not a weakness. It is a reflection of her inner strength. It's a call to keep showing up in the world with an open heart, to continue offering kindness without expecting anything in return. As she internalizes this compliment, she begins to see how her kindness is a gift, not just to others, but to herself. In giving freely, she also receives the greatest reward, the peace of knowing that she has contributed to making the world a better place, one small act at a time. When a woman hears you have an incredible strength, it's more than just words. It's a profound acknowledgement of the resilience she carries deep within. Strength is not always loud or visible. It is not always about muscles or endurance. It is quiet, often invisible, and yet it is what enables her to face each challenge, rise after every fall, and keep moving forward even when everything inside her tells her to stop. Strength is the deep-rooted ability to persist in the face of adversity, to keep standing tall when life knocks her down. It is the courage to continue even when the path ahead is uncertain and the fear is overwhelming. True strength is not the absence of vulnerability. It is the ability to be vulnerable and still rise. It is the willingness to feel deeply, to face the rawest parts of herself and still choose to move forward. It is the quiet resolve to face obstacles, not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth. The strength of a woman is found in the moments when she feels the most fragile, when everything seems to be falling apart, and yet she keeps going. It's in the way she holds her head high, even when she is fighting battles no one else can see. Strength is the will to keep moving, not because she has no fear, but because she knows that fear will not control her. When someone admires her strength, it is a recognition of this quiet power. It's a reminder that her resilience is not just a trait, it's a reflection of her inner fire, her determination, and her refusal to give up on herself. This strength does not come from external validation, from accolades or applause. It comes from within. It comes from deep in the soul, where the heart beats with a steady rhythm, even in the face of uncertainty. It is the force that allows her to hold space for others, to protect the ones she loves, and to endure the hardest of trials without losing sight of who she is or what she believes in. Too often, women are taught that strength must be displayed loudly, that it should be flashy and attention-grabbing. But real strength often shows itself in the smallest moments. The way she handles a difficult conversation, the way she keeps her composure during a storm, the way she shows up for others even when she is exhausted. It's in the quiet moments when no one is watching that true strength reveals itself. Hearing someone recognize this strength can be a game changer. It helps her realize that her resilience is not invisible or unappreciated. It affirms that the struggles she has faced, the pain she has endured, and the tears she has shed are not signs of weakness. They are badges of honor. They are a testament to her ability to navigate life's toughest moments with grace, dignity, and unwavering resolve. This compliment empowers her to embrace her strength even more fully. It reminds her that her power doesn't have to be loud to be real. She doesn't need to be anyone else. She simply needs to recognize the warrior within herself. Each challenge she faces, each setback she overcomes, only adds to the depth of her strength. She begins to see that true power lies not in perfection, but in perseverance, in the ability to keep going no matter what. When a woman hears you have a beautiful soul, it's not just a compliment about her appearance. It's a recognition of something deeper, something that cannot be measured or defined by the surface. Her soul is the essence of who she is, the core of her being, shaped by every experience, every decision, every feeling, and every thought. It's the light that shines through her actions, her kindness, and her ability to connect with others. A beautiful soul is not perfect, nor does it need to be. It is genuine, compassionate, and deeply rooted in understanding. Her soul is what gives her the ability to love so deeply, to care so fiercely, and to show up for others in ways that are often unnoticed but never unimportant. It's what drives her to reach out to someone who is struggling, to offer a hand when others turn away, to see the humanity in everyone, no matter their mistakes or flaws. A beautiful soul is someone who radiates warmth, who makes others feel seen and valued simply by being herself. Her soul speaks louder than words. It's felt in the way she listens, in the way she understands, in the way she acts with purpose, even when no one is watching. What makes a soul beautiful isn't its perfection, but its authenticity. It's in the way she embraces her own flaws and imperfections without shame, allowing her true self to shine through. It's the ability to accept herself, to love herself, and to walk through the world with a sense of peace that comes from knowing she is enough, just as she is. The beauty of her soul lies in its capacity to grow, to learn, and to evolve with each passing day. It is the spark that drives her to be better, not just for herself, but for the world around her. When someone admires the beauty of her soul, it's a reminder that her true value is not in her outward appearance or the roles she plays, but in the richness of her inner being. This compliment cuts to the heart of what it means to be human, the ability to connect with others on a deeply emotional and spiritual level, to see beyond the surface, and to appreciate what is truly important. It affirms that she is seen, that the beauty that exists within her is not only recognized, but deeply admired. For many women, it can be easy to forget the power of their inner beauty. Society often encourages them to focus on external validation, to seek worth in how they look, what they do, and what others think of them. But the beauty of a soul is not something that can be bought or faked. It's not about perfection. It's about truth, vulnerability, and the willingness to love with no conditions. It's the quiet, constant force that radiates from within, touching everyone she meets and leaving an impact that lasts long after the interaction ends. This compliment encourages her to connect with the depth of her soul, to honor the beauty that lies within. It invites her to embrace her true self, to understand that her worth is not defined by others, but by the love and light she carries inside. Each time she is reminded of the beauty of her soul, she begins to see it more clearly within herself. She learns to trust it, to nurture it, and to let it shine freely into the world. The world needs her light, and when she recognizes her soul's beauty, she begins to radiate it with confidence and grace.